Every survival instinct in young Leo's body screamed at him to run. So why was he walking straight toward the hypnotic whisper in the pitch-black closet? The voice was a psychological trap, completely overriding his brain's natural alarm system. His tiny hand hesitated as his fingers made contact with the freezing wooden door. He pulled it open to find a completely normal row of hanging winter coats. But towering directly behind them was a tall, unnaturally thin figure. It had no face, just pale, wrinkled skin stretched impossibly tight over a hollow skull. Before Leo could even open his mouth to scream, a long, emaciated arm lunged out from the heavy fabric. Pale fingers with razor-sharp black claws locked onto the boy's wrist. The monster skin felt like solid ice, instantly freezing his blood and paralyzing him. That hypnotic voice in the dark wasn't just a haunting sound meant to scare a terrified child. It was a calculated hunting mechanism designed solely to pull prey directly into its freezing, inescapable physical grip. A terrified mother bursts into her toddler's pitch-black bedroom after spotting a towering, terrifying shadow looming over his crib on the baby monitor. Heart-pounding, she frantically sweeps her phone flashlight through the deep darkness, screaming for her son Leo to get away from whatever is in there. But before she can even cross the room, a deafening bang shatters the silence. The heavy wooden closet door forcefully shuts entirely on its own. Breathless and completely panicked, she violently rips it open. She expects a horrifying confrontation, but the space is empty, just hanging winter coats. Leo is completely gone. Then the threat shifts from the physical room to the house itself. A chilling, unnatural sound begins echoing from the dark corners of the ceiling. That towering shadow on the monitor wasn't a home intruder. It was a mimic that completely replaced the little boy, and it is now using his tiny, innocent giggle to taunt the mother from inside the walls. When this terrified mother shone her flashlight into the rusted ceiling vent, violent, twisting shadows were already waiting for her. Then a tiny, trembling voice echoed from the dark metal slats. "Mommy, it's so cold in here. Please open the door." It sounded exactly like her missing son, Leo. Desperate to save him, she climbed onto a wooden nightstand and reached up to rip the heavy iron cover open. But the second her bare fingers touched the rusted grate, a paralyzing sub-zero frost instantly spread across her skin. Her blood froze solid. It was a trap, and that innocent, pleading voice of her child, it suddenly warped into a deep, sickening, demonic laugh. The metal cover violently burst open. Long, emaciated, pale arms with razor-sharp black claws lunged downward, grabbing the paralyzed mother right by the throat. Her phone shattered on the floorboards as she was violently dragged into the pitch-black void, leaving nothing behind except the sound of two matching voices giggling from inside the walls.